All right, we'll let everybody in. Hey, Audrey.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Or afternoon.
Looks like most of the people are getting in still. All right, well, welcome everybody to TRG's Lunch and Learn. Today we're going to talk about downsizing, some senior care and estate sales. So with that, Heather Baker is going to do the presentation today. So I'll turn over the screen to you if you want to do your share for your PowerPoint.
Okay. What happened?
Yeah, maybe I switched for you.
Share screen?
Yeah, it should be the green box at the bottom.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay. My name is Heather Baker. My husband and I own the Caring Transitions South Bay Palos Verdes office. I want to thank Danny and Durf and Bonnie Murphy, who actually put me in touch with them for helping me be here today. I really appreciate it. And at Caring Transitions, we look at moving as a little bit more than moving. Caring Transitions is the largest national senior relocation and estate sale organization in the US. We've got about 200 offices nationwide. So if you have someone that wants to move to Boston, we can pack them up here, ship them to Boston, and someone over there can unpack them. We work highly with senior living communities. We specialize in seniors, but we'll serve anybody. If they need help, we'll help them. They don't have to be over 60. Our main goal is to overcome the obstacles your clients find with moving, maybe having to downsize, and we help them manage the financial and sentimental value of the personal property. And we all know that here in Southern California, the real value is in the house. We know that. We're not trying to eke every penny out of their tchotchkes. We know they got to get that cleaned up so you can sell it. But you know, all of these things are going on in the mind of your client when they're considering moving. They're thinking about all of these issues, projects, people, and our goal is to make it easier for them so they really only have to think about where they want to go and what they're going to do when they get there. We know that some really beautiful senior living places have opened up here in the South Bay. I don't know if you've been to the Kensington or Merrill Gardens or Oakmont. They're the brand new open ones, and Seasons is just about open, and they're gorgeous. They're world-class facilities. They're beautiful. So, you know, my clients and yours will go and they'll go to this place that looks like Buckingham Palace, and they'll think, I've got to get there. And then they come home and their house looks a little bit like this, more or less. And then they get depressed and discouraged and want to give up and not sell the house, not move, not do anything. We're here to help them so they don't make that bad decision. We are here to help them take responsibility for the issues that are not realty related. We try to reduce their stress and conflict. We can get this house ready for sale, usually by downsizing and decluttering. We're trying to reduce travel expense for the family because if they have to schlep down from Oregon to help, it's a big expense and a time expenditure for them. It's cheaper, of course, to move after you downsize than before, but we do want to value their personal treasures, and our services are concierge. We have shopped for furniture for people whose furniture was shot. We will do what it takes to get them to the new place. You may run into houses that look like this. I hope you don't, but there are several in the South Bay. Usually when a senior is considering moving to a facility for healthcare reasons, they've got all this stuff on their mind. And we can help them with everything from space planning on down. We'll see a little bit more about that later, but we can do the right sizing, the purging, the estate sale, pack them, move them, stage the home, and unpack them and get them resettled. You take care of the home sale, housing choices, and financial planning with them. We do it by taking everything into small bites. We find that the first day of downsizing, people have the energy to go about 2 hours and then they're shot. So we do it in tiny steps to help them survive the shock. Most of the time, people need to downsize before the house can be put on the market. Our goal is to give them tools, reasons, and coaching to help them downsize. Some people cannot do it without someone standing there telling them they don't need that. Or what are you going to do with it when you get there? They really need somebody standing there. Our goal is also to help them become vested in their new home so that they're not fixated on the old home and you can sell it. We have computerized space planning for wherever they're going, no matter what the size, no matter what their furniture's like. This is an example of a finished space plan. We also take into consideration that if they are seniors and they are moving into somewhere like the Kensington or Oakmont, that they have 3 feet between everything. So if they do eventually end up in a walker or a wheelchair, they can get around their own apartment. Sometimes you probably find that clients have trouble making decisions about what to bring or not. And a lot of this is related to loss. At this critical transition in their lives, they feel like they're losing everything. They're losing control. They've probably lost their health. They may have lost a spouse. And we understand that that changes what's going on. We've been trained into have them shift from the past to the future so that we can put a positive spin on it. And we also usually call it right sizing. We try and talk to them about bringing the things they really need and things that are going to fit today's lifestyle and today and tomorrow's space plan. The other stuff, family members love to get rid of the stuff, but that generally, the way they go about it generally tends to bring about conflict. We work with the clients to help them understand their own personal goals, what they want to accomplish, and work through the stuff to help them realize they don't really need to take it all wherever they're going. Even if they just bought a smaller condo on one floor, a one level, they still won't need everything that they've collected over the years. Sometimes as soon as things start looking serious, there's arguments going on in the family, and we become a buffer for those arguments. And we listen to the senior and their objections, and we try to provide them a sense of control by offering them options and letting them make some choices, and that really does help. We are a concierge service. We will do whatever they need to do to offer them support and decrease their stress before, during, and after the move. We've bought refrigerators for people, had telephone companies hook up the phones. We've done a lot of that stuff. We can do it if that's what your client needs. All of our people are professional. They've all been trained. They've all had a background check. They're insured. Our office is certified CRTS, certified trained relocation expert for seniors, but we can do anyone else. We do estate sales, and we also do online auctions, which are great behind the gates or in a condo. We will do anything it takes to get them out of their house so you can sell it. When we leave a home, we like to leave it broom swept and vacuumed. We don't deep clean the cabinets or things like that nature, but we take care of all the hazardous waste, all the junk left around. It's hauled away, and the house is free and clear of stuff for you to do what you guys need to do. This is our phone number, and our website is caringtransitions.com. S for South, B for Bay, P for Palace, V for Verdes.com. Do you guys have any questions? I know that was pretty quick.
Oh yeah, if anybody has any questions, throw them in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Danny.
Let's see.
Hey, I'll start off. I got a few questions. Can you give us some estimate as to costs involved? Next, what happens when you run across someone that's basically has mental problems and they're a real hoarder? How do you handle that, or do you have a referral for them, or?
We handle situations up to about a hoarding level 4. That gets a little dicey.
I didn't know there were levels.
Oh yeah, there are official levels.
So my wife is probably what, a 2 or 3 then? Is that?
Most Americans are at least a 1.
Okay.
And
how do you get rid of women's shoes? I notice when you're right sizing, how does that work? I guess I have too many questions. I'm sorry. I'll let you talk.
Question about what does it cost? It depends on the size of where you're leaving, the size of where you're going, and how full the beginning house is. When we did all the moves into Kensington at the beginning when they first opened up, and we found that some of them could be done for as little as $1,500. That includes the movers, that includes resettling, putting everything back away. Others were in the $3,000 range just to move them. That doesn't count emptying out the house and vacuuming and sweeping it and holding an estate sale. That's just for the move. Our average for a 3-bedroom house move is about between $3,000 and $5,000, but that's going from like to like.
Yeah.
It doesn't include any downsizing. That's just packing. It really depends on what we call the density of items in the home. And we were on a team call this morning with the other Southern California offices, and the more little glass tchotchkes there are, the higher the cost, because we have to wrap each one of those silly little things up. So it really depends on what they've got and what they plan to take.
And for the more serious hoarder, how do you handle that?
We generally charge them by the hour rather than giving them, we think it will cost this much. And we set okay, you can have X number of hours for $750. And when we get close to that number of hours, we're going to tell them, you're up at your hour limit, you're getting close. Do you want to go on? If they're usually somewhat invested at that point and they do want to go on. One thing I forgot to mention is we can take our payment out of escrow if they're in a cash poor, house rich situation and you think the house will actually sell. We generally try and have hoarders pay as they go, because sometimes they just throw their hands up and give up. And then of course you can't sell the house, so we can't get anything out of escrow. But we have done.
Well, in this market, we can always sell the house. I think I'm more concerned about the stability of the seller in the cases that we've been involved in. The house, one in particular, was it basically just had a path and that you could walk through, and that's something that you can take on. You can.
Yeah, usually if we think that the mental attitude of the client is going to be an issue, we try to get them resettled in their new place first.
Okay.
Before we start selling or tossing their items, because that way they can see that they can live in this new place. They'll get a little bit used to it. And we even had one office put some of their stuff in a empty room and brought her 1 box a week.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
Excellent.
have options.
And on the, I noticed you also do estate sales. Is that still in that 50% range as far as the cost on that is?
We usually charge 35%, but because of how much work they may be to set it up, my husband goes in and determines if we need to charge a setup fee. And the online auctions, the percentage is also 35%. And those we come in, take a bunch of photos, assign lots, assign lot numbers, and then have, I don't know if you've heard of Sign Up Genius, but have the clients sign up, the winners sign up on Client Genius so they can come pick up their items at separate times.
Yeah, oh, that's great. That's much more reasonable than I've experienced. So I appreciate that.
Good. Well, thank you, Durf. Anybody else?
Any other questions?
See, I don't see any on here. Maybe any recommendations? Do you prefer that maybe before we list the homes, if we're in this kind of situation, that we either do like a consultation with you or maybe invite you along as like part of our team?
Either way would work. We have done anything from cleaning it up before the realtor lists it because it was so bad to working with them to get it ready for the pictures by putting everything that didn't belong in the pictures in the garage and cleaning it out from there, to cleaning it out after you've started an escrow. Anything you need, we will work around.
Okay, sounds great. So I don't see any questions in the chat. Anybody else have any questions? They can raise their hand in the video. I see you there, Audrey. You're the one of the ones in the video on. You have any questions?
So I was in a class. That's okay.
Let's see. Well, I don't see any questions, but we got Heather's information. There'll be a recap video that will go out.
Okay, there, Christine wants the contact info. Why don't I just put it in the chat?
Yep, that's easiest. And then it'll also be sent out with the email follow-up after the meeting's done. And that way everybody can contact you directly if they have any questions.
Okay.
We'll also get some business cards to keep here in the office. That way if any come in, they need a referral for it. All right, well, thanks, Heather, for doing the presentation.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, you said we'll have everybody reach out to you.
Okay. I have a friend who's going through an emotional thing right now. Can I go take care of her?
You can, yep, you're all set. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so very much and good luck, y'all.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.